If you were born as a Neanderthal, your life would not begin on the day you were born, it would begin on the day you managed to survive. How? Let's watch. Let's go back 45,000 years. The Pleistocene era, or as you know it, the Ice Age. You are born inside a cold, desolate cave in what is now Germany, Europe. In such a dark cave, even being next to your mother is not completely safe. The moment you are born, your mother wraps you in a blanket made from deerskin they hunted, trying to keep you warm. At that time, caring for a baby was not a duty carried only by the mother, the entire family was responsible. Your father returns early from the hunt just to see you and immediately begins to care for you. You are the most cherished baby of the group, and everyone takes part in looking after you. You meet your family's need for warmth around the fire. This cave is your home, a shelter that protects you from wild animals and the brutal cold of the wilderness. In your earliest years, you cannot leave the cave. You cling to life by crying out to your parents to express your basic needs. Your body remains wrapped in deerskin as you spend your days this way, surviving. After these harsh early years, you reach the age of 3. You slowly begin to form a connection with the world. You can stand on your feet, play with small stones and the bones of animals your father brings back from the hunt, and hold on to the rocky edges of the cave. At this age, you are capable of everything expected of a human child. Even though you continue to be fed with breast milk, as your teeth develop you begin to learn how to chew and start tasting new foods. Clinging to your mother's chest, you go out to gather food from the hunts your father has brought back, while at the same time slowly getting to know the outside world. Your sense of curiosity drives you to observe your surroundings and to react to sounds and movements. Years pass, and now you are 7 years old. The curiosity tightening inside you begins to push you further and further outside the cave. Your mother does not suppress your desire to spend more time outside the cave and allows you to meet your peers of that era for the first time. To adapt to the wild life outside the cave, a small training awaits you. This training consists of a few basic elements, making simple tools from small stones, learning how to hunt by watching the adults, chasing small animals, lighting a fire, and keeping it under control. In addition to all this, you also learn how to behave in harmony with the people in your social environment. Social rules, taking turns while eating, listening to elders, being willing to share, and certain moral boundaries are all part of this process. By this point, you have completed your theoretical learning and have now entered the stage of direct practice. The days when you were safely hidden in the darkness of the cave are now over. You go outside more often and slowly begin to take your place within the family. Responsibilities such as carrying firewood and pulling out edible roots to bring back are given to you. You are not only learning how to use tools, but also how to make them. That is the real turning point. One day, while searching for stones by the riverbank, a herd of wild boars roaming on the opposite shore notices you. Their intentions are not good. It is obvious that they are hungry. As an inexperienced hunter at the age of 8, your chances of surviving this circle are almost zero. Driven by pure instinct, you scream at the top of your lungs, calling for help. But your voice is not perceived as a cry for help, it is taken as a threat, and one of the boars starts charging toward you. The wild boar, extremely fast and massive, strikes you with its sharp tusks and knocks you to the ground. Just as the boar is about to make its second move, it collapses to the ground after being struck by a spear thrown from afar. The remaining boars begin to flee, running away. When you lift your head in fear, you see your father and the other hunters of your tribe arriving to rescue you. In the wild, an injured individual is usually left to their fate. However, findings from Neanderthal bones show that individuals who suffered fatal injuries managed to live for a long time after being wounded. This means that injured individuals were not abandoned to their fate, but were cared for by their families and the tribes they belonged to. Your father lifts you onto his back, and you return to your cave. The elders of the tribe tend to your wounds by crushing wild willow and chamomile and applying them to your injuries. Severe wounds are cauterized using fire. In this way, the risk of infection and bleeding is prevented. As you rest in your cave, the ground suddenly begins to fill with water. The fire inside the cave goes out, and everything is plunged into darkness. Everyone panics and rushes around, trying to escape. You want to stand up and run, but the wound in your leg does not allow it. Just as you think this is the end and begin to give up, you see your father coming to save you once again. Your father drags you out of the cave, and in a single day, you escape the cold grip of death twice. When you reach the outside, you begin to understand what has happened. The reason your cave flooded is massive chunks of ice breaking off from glaciers. In that moment, you realize that your era, the Ice Age, is slowly coming to an end. With the melting of the ice, raids like these become very common, especially in caves located in mountainous regions. You have now lost your home. All that remains is an injured leg, a flooded shelter, and a tribe exhausted from hunting. A Neanderthal family cannot survive in the wild for more than 2 weeks without shelter. Therefore, you begin searching for a new cave. Crossing mountains, hills, streams, and steep terrain, you finally find a cave suitable for you and your tribe. Judging by the paintings on the walls and the skeleton resting in the corner, it is clear that others once lived here, but the cave has now been abandoned. This is your new home. While trying to heal your wounds and recalling the training you once received, you continue your life in complete dependence on your tribe. 1 year later, fully recovered, you return to the ranks of the hunters. Life goes on, and you are now 18 years old. 18 is the age at which a Neanderthal becomes a skilled hunter, an age when every trick, strategy, and instinct of the hunt has been learned. It may not be the absolute peak of your life, but you are respected by the other Neanderthals around you. You now play a major role in hunting large and dangerous prey such as bison and mammoths, rather than small animals. As you grow older, your sexual instincts begin to develop. Naturally, you start searching for a suitable mate to build your own family. During a visit to a neighboring tribe, the tribal leader, having heard of your reputation as a great hunter, wants his daughter to bond with you. You return home together with the chief's daughter. You have now established your own shelter and formed your own family. Guided by your natural instincts to ensure the continuation of your species, you have a child. 9 months later, a baby Neanderthal is born. This little Neanderthal becomes the most valuable pillar of both your family and your tribe. As the years pass, you protect your child from every danger. You watch as your partner passes on to your baby the same kind of training your mother once gave you. Time flows on, and you are now 20 years old. Let's recall the features of this peak period of your life. You are 1.70 meters tall and weigh 85 kilograms, and compared to modern humans, you have an incredible density of muscle. Your short and wide body gives you an advantage in spear use, especially in close combat, and also allows you to withstand cold weather. But all this physical strength and endurance is not always enough against the changing rules of nature, and indeed, it wasn't. So many Neanderthals die as infants or children, yet you lived a truly long life. You recognize prey by its scent, feel the direction of the wind, and sense danger. Now, you are not just a hunter, you are an individual shaping the future of your tribe. You pass your knowledge to the young, share your experiences by the fire, and for Neanderthals, this age represents the peak of life. Yet nature does not always preserve the peak. For your tribe living in the north, danger has returned. Floods have begun to invade your caves. The climate is changing, and the weather continues to warm. Those massive ice sheets are melting day by day and disappearing. As glaciers melt, prey animals migrate to find new habitats. With melting glaciers, a changing climate, and migrating prey, your living space has shrunk. And a new human species, Homo sapiens, has set foot on this land for the first time. Their brains are much larger than yours, but this does not make them inherently smarter. Their frontal lobes, which enhance planning, strategy, and organization, are larger, while your occipital lobes, which strengthen visual ability, are bigger. This difference is natural. The brain works like a muscle, the part you use develops. Homo sapiens who migrated from Africa are more numerous, so they need to develop language and communication skills. Your concern, however, is hunting, making fire, and protecting your family, tasks that require physical strength. This is why your motor skills are more developed. But these motor skills could not make you strong enough for a changing world. You became the weaker species. Homo sapiens, with advanced hunting skills and superior communication, collected resources and grew stronger, while you lagged behind. As your resources dwindled and new ones could not be found, deaths increased. Yet the real breaking point was not the depletion of resources, but the infectious diseases that Homo sapiens, immune to them from Africa, brought to Neanderthals. For Neanderthals who had never faced such diseases before, a tiny microorganism was enough to wipe out an entire species. Despite years of enduring these hardships, at the age of 28, you closed your eyes to this African disease. You were strong, resilient, and knew the value of unity. But as the world changed, no species could always keep up with the change.